Hi, I'm Phil, and today we're going to look at one of the demonstrations for the STEM Club at Christmas. And here we're going to switch on Christmas lights in various Christmas scenes. And here I'm going to look at the Chibibit chip, and we'll see it firing up some LEDs. So let's have a look at the chip to start off with. So what you do is you construct circuits on paper, and after you're drawing the circuit, you then put a copper tape, and that completes the circuit with components such as LEDs, batteries, switches, and even computers. And this is where the Chibi chip comes in. So we'll have a look at some of the software and the programming of that. So this is what the hardware package looks like. Around about $30 for the chip, but you also need the clip so that it attaches to paper conveniently. And I've also got the Chibi scope. So if we look at some of the softwares available, we can program this with the Arduino IDE, or alternatively, I'm using Microsoft Makecode in my project. So let's have a look at the project. So this is what the project is going to look like. We'll just open it up. We've got a Christmas carousel, and we're going to put LEDs on the carousel and on the horses. But we also have the scope being utilized to give us a Christmas message. So the top, you can see how the Chibi chip is being used and how it's wired up. And each of these pins are connected to the copper strip, and this is the scope. So just looking at the materials used, so that the main objective is to have a dynamic display of lights to decorate a Christmas scene. And we've got two components together with the wiring, the Chibi chip and the Chibi scope. So the artwork that I'm using, I've looked on the internet, and I've found a couple of interesting artworks that can be illuminated with LEDs. For software, I'm using Makecode, and the Makecode has both a simulator and it allows me to use a blocky code language. The simulator, you can see here, with the scope, it gives me a Christmas message, and that's all programmed. Let's go across and have a look at the code itself. So I've just fired up Microsoft Makecode, and if we look a little bit closer, we can just see how that works. So right at the start, we're setting up the RGB lights on the Chibi chip to red. We're then going to show on a sparkling color on the 0 pin. Then we have a hello message that goes on our scope, and then we pause for a second. Then we've got two functions. We've got a light pattern 1 and a light pattern 2, and we just call those. And each of those turns on the RGB, provides a message, and provides a color to each of the pins. So the RGB here, we're setting digital 0 is on, and all this does is just provides a switch. So we're switching for the pause time, which is 500 milliseconds, which are 1000 milliseconds, 1 second. So we're switching on in sequence D0, Then we switch on D1, D2, and that completes our first pattern. The second light pattern goes from D3, D4, and D5, and at the same time provides a message, a Christmas message on the scope. Let's go back to our mind map. So overall, I was quite happy. We got a very simple demonstration working. And here are some of my references for this. So you can buy that at Chibtronics, the chip and all the accessories you need for a project like this. So stay tuned and I'll give you a desktop demonstration of the... This is how we complete a circuit with the Chibtronics components. So over here we've got a very simple circuit, starting off with a battery on top, and the grey line is going to be occupied by a wire, and it's the copper tape that I've got here. So all I do is take off the back of it and paste it onto the grey area, and we have an LED which goes in this triangular area, and they look like this. So you take a there's an example of 3 LEDs. So we just peel them off, and they've got an adhesive on the back, and that will just sit on here. The circuit's completed with the copper tape back to the positive of the battery. Then we just close that down. And here I've completed a circuit. So you can see the battery is right on top, and we can look at the LED. It's a green LED, and we've got copper strip all the way along. So on the bottom of the battery we've got copper strip, and when I close it, you can see that the LED turns on. And that's the very simple circuit from Chibtronics. Here we have the Chibtronics Chibi chip, and it's giving us a Christmas demonstration. So the way it works is that it completes circuits, LED circuits of different colours, and it also outputs a Christmas message on a LCD. So you can see the LCD message over here, Merry Christmas, and it sequences through all the lights. And the circuit, there's a circuit behind the main image of the carousel, and it looks like this. So we've got connections from the Chibi chip to the LEDs, and we're using pasted copper tape to do that. And the overall package of the Chibi chip comes in the way that I've got it at the moment. It comes in 3 boxes: the Chibi chip, the clip, which is the attachment mount, and the scope, and that's where the messages are being illustrated. And we're using LEDs that also come from Chibi chip or Chibtronics, and this is an example of one of them. This is the fading light, and another one is the fading LEDs, and these little LEDs are also mounted into the circuit. So every red dot here is a target for one of these LEDs. And to actually show you what it looks like, we might actually open it up. So if we go ahead and take it apart, we'll take off the mount. So you can see the mount now and how it's connected. And this is the circuit. So each one of those LEDs, there's one here, so you can see, and we've got copper tape that completes the circuit with a return to ground on the extreme right.